As the investigations reveal broader governance issues, over 100 groups are calling for systemic reform. In a joint civil society statement, the groups laid out a 5-point action plan demanding the government own up and be accountable. 126 groups and 191 individuals signed the statement, calling on the creation of an independent commission and investigation demanding accountability. They're also demanding an end to congressional insertions, transparency in flood control projects in the past years, and genuine public participation in budget reviews, among others. With us now for more is the technical advisor of the People's Budget Coalition. He is also research associate of Action Economic Research, AJ Montesa. Good to see you, AJ. Welcome to the program.
Hi, good morning, Kathy, and thanks for having us.
All right, so has the coalition gotten any bigger from last Sunday? The last count was 121 groups and 181 individuals.
Right, so as of today, we have over 126 groups who have signed on to the statement and 191 individuals. We're still open to people joining. It's very diverse. People from the church, people from business sector, former government officials, and members of the academe. So I think citizens, mga kababayan natin, are really expressing their indignation over what's happening, the corruption, and they want to see systemic change in our government.
So are they coming to you or are you going to them? I mean, as the coalition grows even bigger, what sorts of stakeholders are wanting in?
Right, so we've published the statement online. It's publicly available, and we're allowing people to sign on. So if they want to sign on, they're free to look at the statement and message us and tell us that they want to be on the statement. But we're also reaching out to different groups. We're trying to think about how we're going to engage in the independent commission, for example, because one of our calls is the budget process really does have to include civil society participation. It's not enough for government officials to be there. We really need people from civil society to be in the room and see what they're talking about, the transactions, and see everything so that we can really make sure that there's no insertion, there's no corruption that's going on.
Before we even get to the planned independent commission, what do you and the coalition make of how hearings are coming along, igniting a Senate shuffle and turning up names from within the legislature that now point to alleged complicity with contractors in question?
I think it really goes to show that people are very tired of this corruption. We're experiencing firsthand the impact of the lost billions of pesos that are going into the contractors' pockets, into the politicians' pockets. So the anger is rightfully justified. And I think our politicians are starting to be afraid and get scared. I think one thing we have to note, though, is that the House of Representatives and the Senate, they're not free of any personal agendas or any conflicts of interest. Some of them are probably involved in these things. They have to have had been involved because they were the ones who enacted the budget in the first place. So it's really important that we have an independent commission, because currently, with the way that these hearings are being conducted, you can't erase the questions of public trust, of credibility, if some of these people are involved, if they're covering up. So you have different statements in the Senate hearings and in the congressional hearings. So it would be good to have a more independent body that establishes its credibility, where there's no conflict of interest.
To your point, exactly. I mean, what is a more independent body? The president is now planning to create that independent commission, and you just said you want in. But what sort of contribution can you make to make it a more independent body?
Right. So I think at the very least, the independent commission should not contain any government officials or any politicians. It should include, for example, legal experts, litigators. It should include civil society. It should include people who have judicial experience, so former justices, for example. It should include members of the private sector, members of the academe. We think that the body should be able to recommend prosecution, to do fact-finding, but also, aside from the investigations, it should be able to recommend policy. So that's an important thing. These issues are systemic. So definitely we should prosecute the people who are involved. Dapat managot lahat ng sangkot dito. However, I think if we're going to address this in the long term, we should also be thinking about what laws need to be changed, what policies need to be enacted, so that we can prevent these issues from recurring in the future.
In parallel, as the investigations progress, the 2026 National Expenditure Program is now being deliberated. Has the coalition gotten the kind of representation that you've been clamoring as resource persons rather than mere observers?
So far, it's more of the latter. We've been invited to the committee hearings and we've been able to attend some of them. So we've been attending the DepEd hearings, the DOH hearings, the different hearings. We were there at the DPWH budget hearing, for example. But again, it's more as observers. We don't really have a voice. We're not really called upon. What we do have is the option, for example, to submit questions to the vice chair of the committee, and then they will verbalize our questions for us once all the other questions of the Congress members have been elaborated already. But we would like more
To be
voice.
mere observers? Or are you intending to speak up a lot more and really fight to be resource persons?
Right. Yes. Our goal is really to become resource persons. We would like that we have the opportunity to be called upon to give our opinion. One of our calls in the statement is that, for example, the flood control projects should be scientific. It should be based on nature-based approaches, not just pagsesemento na ginagawa lagi. No? So we have different groups in our coalition that can speak to that. And that's what we're hoping for, that we can present some of our perspectives to the members of Congress so that they can consider those in the budget deliberations as well.
So that fight is going on to be resource persons as the 2026 budget is being deliberated. How then can you ensure that you'll be of the same kind of make and the same kind of powers when that independent commission is made?
Right. So I mean, we're not lobbying that we ourselves, the People's Budget Coalition, is part of the Independent Commission. We just want to make sure that the Independent Commission is made up of a diverse group of actors and stakeholders who don't have conflicts of interest. It's really important that to prevent corruption, there are witnesses, there are people who are there in the room when these conversations are happening, and civil society is a very important pillar of that. One of our other calls is that we should open all of the processes in the budget deliberations, having an open BICAM. One of the things we've called for is a transparency server, for example, in the budget process. So we really do want to track and make sure that all of the transactions, all of the insertions, amendments that are taking place, all of the policy proposals are completely transparent. We know who are proposing these and we know who to hold accountable in case that anything goes wrong.
It's a long list of wish lists, but thank you so much for the insights. AJ Montesa of the People's Budget Coalition.